Everyone. In this tutorial, we're setting up this network using the static routing protocols or static routing. It's not a protocol, it's just a technique. Okay, so I've set up the scenario. You see, we have two PCs and three routers in between. We've used two switches in case we wanted to add extra PCs. Uh, I've set up the IP addresses. As you can see, each network, each interface of the router is on a different network. Here we have 1, 0, and then we have 2, 1 and 2, 2, 3, 1 and 3, 2. This is a network, and the last network is here. Now, the first step is we need to give these IP addresses to the interfaces and to turn them on. So if I go to the CLI section, I'll start by using enable to go to the enable mode and then config T. Okay, now I'll just say no shutdown to turn it on. Oh, sorry, I have to use the interface gig 0/0. Okay, now I'll type no shutdown to turn it on. As you can see, the dot turned green. Now I have to give the IP address. So the IP address is 192.168.11255.255.255.0. Okay, now I've given IP address to this one. Now I'll do the same for the other interface, which is gig 0/1. No shutdown. No shutdown. That dot is still red because we've not set up this one, this other interface. Okay, I have to give it an IP address. Instead of retyping, I'll just use the upper arrow and change this to 2.1. Okay, all done here. Now I'm finished with this router. I'll go to the next router and do the same steps. Enable config T interface gig 0/0. No shutdown. Okay, IP address 192.168.22.255.255.255.0. Okay, I'll just do all the configurations and then resume. Okay, now that I have given IP addresses and turned on the interfaces, now I need to give IP address to the PCs here. We'll use static IP addressing 192.168.42 as this network is in this range 192.168.42. The subnet mask is the same, but the default gateway has to be the closest interface which connects this computer to the outside network. So in that case, this interface here, which is 192.168.41. Okay, so we'll just type, oops, 41. Okay, perfect. Now I have an IP address here. Okay, I'll do the same here. This one is 1, 2, and the default gateway is 1, 1. Why is it 1, 1? Because the interface that's connecting this computer to the outside network is gigabit 00, which is 192.168.11. You can always confirm by hovering over the router. As you can see, we've got gigabit Ethernet 0/0 192.168.11. Okay, now I've set up everything, but I can't send packets now, can I? Okay, it will fail certainly. But if I send it to the closest router, it will be successful. If I send it, for example, to this router, it will fail. Why? Because I don't have any dynamic routing or static routing protocol. Okay, by default, each router knows the directly connected networks. For example, this router knows about this network and that network, so it knows about the 1.0 network and the 2.0 network. but it has no idea about the 30 and 40. We have two choices to define that, either using the static routing or the dynamic routing. In this tutorial, we're talking about dynamic or static routing. Okay, now this route, in static routing, we have to define the um, networks that have PCs. Okay, in this scenario, we only have this network here that has PC. So all we're sending packets only to the computers. So we are only concerned about this network and this network. Okay, so now in this router, I have to define the networks. So I go to the CLI. Okay, config. The only command used for static routing is ip-route. So ip-route, you type the destination IP address. Okay, I am defining this network in this router. Okay, so ip-route, what's the destination network? Which network I'm going to define here is 192.168.4.0. Notice I'm using here the network address, not the computer address 42. We're using the 40, the network address, and the subnet mask is 2550. And then this router, if it's sending a packet to this network here, what is the route? Which route should it take? Where should it forward it? Well, it should forward it to this interface right here. Why? Because that's the only way to get to the destination. So it should forward it to 192.168.22. So, sorry. So we're telling the router to go to 192.168.22, and that's done. Okay. Now I want to define this network. Okay. Do I need to define this network? No. Why? Because this network is directly connected. As we said earlier, each router is aware of the directly connected networks. So we don't need to define this network in this router. Okay, now going to the second router, router 1, here we need to define both networks, okay, because neither is directly connected. So I'll go to the CLI and then I'll use IP route. First, let's define this one here. 192. So if you are sending a packet to 192.168.4.0 with a subnet mask of 255.0, then you should forward it to this interface. Why? Because for this router, that's the only way to get to the 40 network. So 192.168.3.2. Okay, and that's done. Now we need to define this network as well because it's not directly connected as we said it earlier. So now we'll use for 10, this network is 10, it has to forward it to, how can this router get to this network? Through this interface here, which is 21. So now we'll just type 21. Okay, I'll just press enter. Okay, okay, now this should be fine. Okay, the last one, which is this one, in this router we only have to define this network, which is 10. So this one is really easy. Exit IP route 192.168.1.0.255.255.255.0, and then the interface, which is this forwarding through 3.1. Okay, so 192.168.3.1. Okay, then let's try it out to see if it works or not. So going from this PC to that PC, Failed. Failed. Probably in the first time it will work. Yes, it did. As you can see now, it's successful. We can send packets. I'll try it from here to here, and it's successful again. The only thing about the IP route that you need to remember, this is um, the rule. IP route, you will type the destination network address. Okay, the destination network address, and then the interface IP address. So the first thing you type is the destination network address, which in our scenario all of them ended with the 0. And then, but for the interface, you're typing the actual IP address, not the network address. That's why we wrote IP route, for example, 192.168.1.0. We didn't type 1.2. We just typed 1.0, which because that's the network address. Um, Thank you. That's the end of the tutorial.